Alright, so the name of this video is the demographic that I come from and the right for my right to be who I am and survival of the fittest and all that shit. Um, like I said, in my demographic, growing up in Atlanta, Georgia, women, excuse me, women are the reason why some of these, you know, you know, men are basically being put on pedestals, and like I've said, there are people that really say that it's a lot of success that comes with going ahead and conforming to heterosexuality. I mean, I think in a real relationship, a real solid foundation, there's no benefits to love. It's either you love somebody or you're not. You don't. Well, L movement video called was a transaction. That you know it's confusion. But love may be a transaction for some people. I mean, I'm not sure what he meant by that. I don't remember the video, but just the title. Some people are tricks. Some people are simps. Some people really think they can buy love. You know what I'm saying? Love is supposed to be a feeling, you know, of security to me. Maturity. I really realized as I got older that people really were disrespecting me for men, and that's just the fate of my life led me to do that. A lot of the men in my life were very, very predictable. That's why I couldn't be intrigued. That's why I couldn't take um, them seriously, because I'm like, you're doing nothing more than just being a cute guy, and there's your advantage over people like me. So you know I don't know. I just really don't like the fact that it was people sitting there disrespecting me because of boys growing up. Like, it really was. I really, really, really didn't expect certain things in my life to happen. I'm like, wow. And them niggas was getting off on this shit. I know I was analyzing that shit. I'm like, are there really people really going around killing people for rank? People really want to establish notoriety in society. People really think certain people don't deserve this and deserve that. Excuse me. So I don't know, man. It's just, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. You know, I wish life could be perfect, but anybody, in the future, if you ever stumble across this video or whatnot, you'll realize that there may be some obstacles that you face, challenges. You know, you won't know what you'll take offense to until you take offense to it. You know, it really doesn't make sense to me that, heterosexuality, happened to me in a very dysfunctional way, and I'm not sure why I should value or respect it. It makes no sense to me. I don't get it. It's all dysfunction. I mean, you've got to really have a very mature mindset to be on the shit you own. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, all these men really just going around being men, and they really like, this shit is happening for me naturally. It makes absolutely no sense to me. I'm sorry. Like, I'm like, that shit just, it's crazy. It's crazy. I really like realized that if you don't stand up for yourself, somebody will. If somebody disrespects you, you need to retaliate. You need to do something. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even just saying that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand, a lot of these men are disdainful. I don't care how they look at it. I don't get it. I've got all these people submitting to me. I just really got to go along with this shit. You know, a lot of men really want to display control. A lot of men, like Fantasia got a song called "I Need a Hood Boy," white beaters and jeans. I'm like, why won't y'all take offense to a male ego? But like I said, everybody's not raised the same. Some people, I think some of these women that don't take offense to men or a male ego really was instilled in them that they should not take offense to it. But I don't understand why not. I mean, I can tell by the way that certain people act that they were raised a certain way. I don't get heterosexuality. And I'm not, I have a naive perspective about it because of the fate of my life, because I view a lot of things about my life as dysfunctional. I don't get it. I mean, I don't understand why there are people on heroin, people that smoke crack. It makes absolutely no sense. We really just need love. You got a lot of women around here really on some other shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I fear for my life growing up because of men. That's a paradigm that I can't change. A lot of these men really just get off on shit. Like, I got all these hoes under control, but like I said, I ain't in other people's relationships. You might not even be like that. It's just my naive perception. You know what I'm saying? Just like these properties, they just have to really, are they really going along with it or really showing loyalty? Like I said, when it comes to the street mentality, that is not no intellectual way of thinking to me. It's confusion to me, and I thank God that, you know, certain things were instilled in me because I really feel like it's dysfunctional. But like I said, I may be naive when it comes to certain things. Sometimes life will just teach you a lesson naturally. You know, some people was like, your pride was broken when this, that, and the third. I was not taught to have pride. I was taught to this and I was taught to that. And I want to, you know, part of being an intellect is to handle challenges. And people were sitting there, spreading rumors about me being a narcissist because of a boy having sex with me and saying that I really wanted to reverse that situation and have control over people. And a lot of people, I cannot really take offense to the fact that they were sitting there telling me that they were, trying to show that they had intellectualism, because being an intellect, actually, you know, is one of the main reasons why a lot of people got pulled. I cannot really judge. I have to justify. I mean, most of us do justify everything with intellectualism. I can't even judge these people that's doing all this extra shit, trying to pretty much prove, or not prove, but just live a lifestyle to where, you know, they are, creating some, an intellectual identity for themselves. I grew up in a demographic. There may be people that I grew up in Atlanta with that have been traveling and met other people. And I'm like, if I was a boy, I would have been encouraged to be a drug dealer and pretty much have sex with women at an early age. But there seemingly were men that I grew up around that were church boys that really wanted to have morality. They really used their manhood against me, or did it just happen naturally? I'm to a point where now I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, these men really develop an advantage over me and really want to show control. I think, the definition of manhood where I'm from is to show that you're controlling. But like I said, I have a naive perception about men. So I think most of the women that's actually liking these dudes do not view them as controlling. I think that's the difference between them and me. I don't view a man as controlling me. I view him as being a stand-up guy, stern, So now that I've spread the rumor that you're a narcissist, there may be a disadvantage that you have because of that. I don't want nobody that's fragile around me, this, that, and the third. I just really wish that, I never understood why my mom even had me in the first place. And I really reject the idea of her being heterosexual because I feel as though if she wouldn't have had me, she would have had way more bad experiences in her life. I mean, a lot of these men are getting off of it. A lot of people like be rapping about it like shit. I'm a real G out here. I got shit going on. I got hoes that really want other hoes dead. Yeah, I'm the shit. You know, yeah, I know y'all take offense to that shit, and if you don't, I think I gotta realize with some of these men, these women, that they're really living the same life as some of these disdainful men. Some of these men aren't disdainful. Some of these men may be just confident. It really makes no sense to me. I grew up in Atlanta, and I'm like, when I went to Powder Springs Road, when I grew up, when I went to Cobb County, I'm like, it felt so different. I mean, I can kind of view Austell as the ghetto now, but as far as in Lost Mountain. I lived in a community called Lost Mountain, and I'm like, I really felt safe out there, even dealing with the bullshit. Like I'm like, it's really a nice neighborhood. The scenery is better. It's really detoxing. Um, like I said, I grew up, and when you go to places like Family Going Apartments, I see my grandma break down about people dying and whatnot. And I'm like, it really has that project feel. And everybody, like I said, everybody is different. Some people think it's, I mean, there are women that really want to exaggerate their viewpoint on me being lesbian or whatever the case is so they can show that they're loyal to men. I'm like, women are being, I don't know if they really love men or they're being desperate, but I don't respect half the women in my life. They really don't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? I always was like, I watched this movie called Deliver Us from Evil, and I'm like, that's really what heterosexuality is about. These men really are being put on pedestals. I don't understand why I developed a jealous nature for men. There's something that went wrong in the parenting that I experienced, but no, I experienced dysfunctionality. I'm pretty sure my dad, is one of them people that like to brag about how I'm this and I'm that and I'm the third. I'm like, I don't understand why my mom even had me. It really sucks. Like, you really feel, how can you even feel confident knowing that you're being viewed as somebody's baby mama? Do people really live these lifestyles? It's all it's complicated. Like I said, I've done a lot of analyzing. I'm not dumb, but you know how they be like sex sales in this music when people be snapping on their baby mamas and all that shit. The situation at hand might not be what you think it is. There are some specifics that may be left out, but sometimes it is what it is. I mean, who really wants to be a baby mama? Who really wants to be disrespected? I don't give a fuck if a bitch was a dyke. Why would I tolerate somebody disrespecting me over somebody else? I'm like, oh, I know she loyal to so and so. To me, that word, I associate that word with game banging. I do not take this shit for being a real mindset. It's a naive, what I'm saying, way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? Love has no a lot of people define things. I think when you're in a real when you love somebody, it's unconditional, like they said, but it also, you know, there's no benefits. The word, you leave out the word benefits. I don't think that I'm able to experience real love, just more people just tolerate me, and I just really don't think it's normal. Like, I grew up in Atlanta. I'm like, my life would have been way better if I was a boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, on some real shit. Like, I'm like, I go out to Atlanta and I have to worry about all these people I grew up with that were disrespecting me. Why would I tolerate that? I mean, I'm one of those people. I'm like, man, let me just go camp out somewhere in Cobb County or something. people really wanted to make life hard for me because of the definition of my womanhood. Was I really supposed to just be in love with a man? Why? When I could just have fun by myself. I hate the fact that it was kind of forced on me because it's really um, a negative connotation on my mind. Like I'm like, I really wish that I was kept safe and people really trying to teach their children tough love so that they can appear to be able to handle pain. That's what they're doing. A lot of people are using reverse psychology on themselves. That's how people really go through shit. Don't be fooled. If somebody got people like Ja Rule say love is pain, love is not. Love, I guess it can be painful. You realize that there's so many connotations on just ideas and words and shit. It's like, damn. Mm, I think when Eve wrote Love is Blind, she wrote that because it's when you watch the video, it's a ghetto mindset that people have. I mean, it's reality music, but songs like that are embarrassing. It just promotes the idea that women are weak. And when I see a man and his woman fighting, it's just like some people don't even look right. I mean, I'm sorry for belittling y'all little boyfriends and girlfriends, but I'm like, when you grow up and you really grow up in the ghetto and you watching movies like Menace to Society, it's basically showing us ourselves. I mean, why would you really want to live up to that? Because it happened for them naturally. Like I said, if I was a man, I'd be play fighting with bitches all day and giving them money to suck my dick. That's pretty much what the type of manhood is around me. That's why I envy it so much because it seems so simple. It's so simple. I'm like, being a woman is so complicated. Or you have a period, or you stink, or this, that, and the third. It makes absolutely no sense. I'm like, these men got it good and they know it. Niggas just go around telling bitches to fight each other. That shit is humiliating. Then they want to call you bougie when you don't want to do that. Why would I want to fight somebody over a man? That shit is humiliating. I don't even understand the concept. It's a concept to me of even sympathizing with men. I don't. Why would you want to do that? They really like that. Like, yeah, I'm a man. You'll view me as childish. You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid, there's a word for, young men having sex with older women. They call it MILF, cougar and shit now. Like, niggas really getting off on this shit. I'm like, I mean, I'm sorry for belittling men, but I'm like, I guess they don't act the way they do on purpose. Because I've seen the behavior be repetitive and people are predictable. I just feel like they're doing it on purpose. I'm pretty sure there's some type of psychological word for that. Like, damn, you really a predictable person. You really just want to live out the whole I'm a man thing and I got all these bitches submitting me. And ain't none of them a threat to me. Let me encourage these bitches to be stronger than they are. But then again, like I say, everybody's life is different. I haven't contributed to building any buildings or anything like that. So, my life is simple. I don't have nothing to do with other people's lives. I was being very disrespected by men, and I'm like, these people really wanted me to be mature. I'm like, I think these men will appreciate their manhood better. I don't think they were appreciating the fact that they were men. I wasn't doing anything wrong. People were trying to show that they were muscle and force my hand when I was a kid. I don't understand why I'm still alive. Because women seem to love men so much to the point where, like, it's okay to fight. I was taught to take offense to things. There's nothing that I can do about it. That's my downfall in life. Seriously. I'm a black woman. And I put some of these people on pedestals, but some of these people are not worthy. I ain't even worthy. I tried to go to school, and going to school teaches you to socialize. But I know somebody that said they went to an all girls school, and they probably do teach you how to, you know, from an intellectual standpoint. Certain life lessons are learned just based off really just living. Some things you can't learn in a book. I don't think. Some things you just have to experience. It's part of the learning process. I've experienced, man. I don't like it, and you know there won't be a social life, much of a social life with me because of that. There will be people that be like, well, she's some type of crazy dyke. She's a truck driver. Be feeling sorry for women because it is stigmas on us. Like, yeah, she got there, da 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 da. But, you know what I'm saying? She knows she can't fuck with this and that and the third. Like I said, everybody is different. Some of these people that I see being uplifted, they really have contributed to society more so than I have. So I've never built a building, and there's things I work in Walmart and a McDonald's, so I'm like, there's things I take, notes of construction, and I'm like, there are things about my life that I can't change. I can't change the fact that people are viewing me as a weak person because of men. That is just, something that I'm going to deal with till the day I leave this earth. And I'm like, as a passive aggressive action, people really want to use that against me, that a man had sex with me. And I'm like, why? It just makes no sense, man. I'm like, don't get that shit twisted. People really be going through shit. A lot of people in my life really do were dumb to me. Just the way that they come off. But like they say, they justify it. I kept my baby natural. You know what I'm saying? She's happy the way she is. I taught her not to take offense to anything. But just to be optimistic for y'all straight women, and then y'all women that actually, engage in, interacting with men. I mean, I don't think it looked right for me being with a man. I don't think my life would have been better. I think I would have been dealing with somebody that's polygamous. And at the end of the day, I've got a guy that really think he was my boyfriend, and he really does not want to view it as a dysfunctional thing. He wants to view it as naturalism. You know what I'm saying? I really view men as dumbfounded because of that fact. I'm like, a lot of people like to flaunt the fact that this and that and the third. Why would I be humiliated? Why would I be jealous of you? Most men don't want to look at it like that. They be like, I could tell by these songs I was writing, they were really not taking me seriously because they felt like they were stronger than me physically and mentally. And that's what they'll tell you, man. And some of these men be like, shit, I plotted on your downfall as a kid, and nothing you can do about that. I made people rejected with you. I've smoked cigarettes. I've smoked weed, going against the grains of my emotions by doing certain things that may or may not be healthy for me. But I'm not gonna say that it didn't. Smoking weed has really made me seem like having a calm spirit. So some things you just gotta in life, it takes sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? Some things, when people think of marijuana, they think of cool, laid back people. So I think, I don't really regret smoking marijuana because it gives me that laid back feel instead of, feeling all the tension in my soul because people want to prove to me that they're superior to me. I mean, I would be having so much fun if I was a guy. I'm like, all the men in my life were having so much fun and they really were being taken seriously and they really were wanting to make me an outcast. And be like, I got all these hoes on lock and I'm gonna make sure that you know that you're inferior to me and you're not a threat to me or anybody that I fuck with. People be going way too far. It just don't make no damn sense to me. They really wanted me to be a heterosexual woman. I'm like, my mom would have had me. She probably would have been one of them random people that got killed simply for not having, uh, conforming to the ideal. I wonder. I really feel as though she would have been one of them random people killed because of the idea of family. This is not an idea or concept for people, but like I said, a lot of things are conceptual to me because it's just me, and I'm like, I just be feeling sorry for myself. I'm like, people are really gonna die because of heterosexual bonds. That shit hurts. But you know what I'm saying? I'm so goddamn real to the point where I ain't even scared of death. I'm too damn smart to be fearing death. And I'm done, man. A lot of these niggas, nah, man, don't use me to get your rank in society. I ain't nobody special. I go to work every day, and you know what I'm saying? I can't help what people do. God do change in me. I'm like, y'all don't appreciate y'all manhood to me. I'm like, they really don't want to look at it like that. Now you a girl, you supposed to want me. I fucked you against your own will. Some of these songs and stuff I be hearing about rappers, I'm like, man, y'all know. So I can tell that certain women when they listen to rap music that they don't take offense to it. I said that's what they gonna have to understand with me. Oh, well, that's Sade. She really does take offense to this and the third. Ain't nothing you can do about that. They really wanted to make me a narcissist. It's all good. It's all good though. I ain't even tripping. Cause I ain't in control of half of the shit around me, but I just live life every day. People really wanna break me because of men, and I really don't understand why. A lot of these women, I see the way women react. They really do get along with men, and it's not an inferiority complex. It's more so I really love them. You know, I hear a lot of women say, "I don't trust women." This, that, and the third. I'm sitting here submitting to people. Let me ruin my reputation because that's what they want. Those men and women are flaunting their money. I didn't care about them having money. You are having a baby at an early age. This is not normal to me. So you can either kill me or not. A lot of these people say you ain't even worth it. I am worth it. These bitches don't love these niggas like they think they do. That's why it's a lot of us are bisexual. I really wish that, I would never bring a child into this world knowing that there are so many, things that can happen to them. People will use my woman against me. Well, she's sensitive. Or he's sensitive. A lot of people in my life, a lot of the shit is just negative. I just gotta go on and move forward with my life and just keep it moving. It's alright to be a little schizophrenic, thinking about negative things. I barely watch TV. There are vibes I have to create for my mind to detox from negativity. I watch Kevin Gates and stuff, and I'm like, there are people that really go through things in their relationships and stuff, and I just have to study the heterosexual identity to actually be receptive of it. But like I said, I developed a naive perception about everything. Manhood pretty much formed a superiority complex over me, but it could just be in my mind. Like I've said, I really wish I would watch more, and I don't think there's a such thing as a perfect life based off my personal life experience. But I really do think that there are people out there that really have no bad experiences. I really do. I really do think that there are like genuinely happy people that don't go through things, and they really get lucky. It's too many people, so called in this world. Everybody's definition of being happy is different. I'm like, they've got us all complaining about living spaces and things, but in reality, like I got flu symptoms and stuff. Living in the house with heat, learn how to start a fire. It is really, wintertime is one of them depressing times for me. I'm a winter baby, and it really represents the fact that, it really is I got a negative mind in the wintertime. I'm always, I've got seasonal retinitis. Things have happened to me during the wintertime, and it just like people really just want to survive. I don't think people really think that they're exempt from surviving crime. People have kids and shit, and they really want to be viewed as confident. I don't survive crime. I live. Yes, you do. It's a crime to be disrespected. Well, maybe that's what my parents were wrong. They taught me to take offense to things. My dad would say, "Well, I kept you stern behind your mom's back." Da, 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 da. Tough love and shit. I don't want you to be too soft. I don't want people to swing on you and you got there and really just da 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 da. I'm like, I experienced stress, but I haven't had a seizure yet, so that means I'm not stressing that much. I don't know, man. I just be chilling, and I'm done.